these Hueys are pretty large. They're pretty big. I've seen one of them in person, actually. Believe me, they look much bigger and much larger in person than the way they make them out to be in the movies. Like, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these Hueys from the movies. Movies, like uh, Apocalypse Now, all those Vietnam movies, right? 80s movies, Die Hard movie, Predator movie. Um, all the Chuck Norris movies, Missing in Action, But I've seen those Hueys. They're pretty big. But the Black Hawk in the 90s replaced the Hueys, obviously. Black Hawk was, introduced later on. Like in the late 80s, the first prototype of Black Hawk, and then in the 90s was introduced to the Army and, Navy, on all the other branches of military. Um, Black Hawk is bigger. There's no question about it. Black Hawk is bigger. It's much wider. It's much louder. But Huey, it's old, but it's spacey. There's still space. It's pretty spacey though. And when you see it in person, like, I know this is pretty realistic because I've seen Hueys in person, and this is a pretty good replica of Huey. There's no question about it. You can mount the miniguns, the rope, what have you here. It's just like in the Black Hawk. You can mount whatever you want to mount here. It was designed to be, adjustable to whatever needs you need it for. It served well, This this Huey served well in 60s, 70s, of course during the Vietnam War, and of course throughout the 80s. But in late 80s, early 90s, that's when the Black Hawk officially took over. And of course, you all know the story about the Black Hawk Down, in Somalia, 1993. All right, so we're in Colorado, in Aspen, and we're going to fly around a little bit. We're going to check out the scenery, and let's have some fun. Now, this is not a PlayStation version, so everybody out there who's watching this is not a PS5 version. This is a PC version. Okay, I'm using my Xbox Game Pass. Are there differences between PlayStation and Xbox? I don't know. I mean, because I don't have the PlayStation version, so I can't really tell you. But I don't think, in terms of graphics, between a PC and PlayStation 5, you're gonna see that much of a drastic difference. I think the best thing to do would be to compare. If people want to compare PlayStation 5 version to Microsoft Flight Simulator other versions, I would say they need to compare PlayStation 5 version to the Xbox Series X version. I think that's more like logical to do. Comparing a PS5 version to a PC version, it's kind of ridiculous, because what are you gonna do if some guy has a 5090 or has a 5090 SLI, dual 5090 GPU with 8K resolution, 12K resolution, right? I've seen guys run 12K resolution, so you can't compete with that. But I think it's pretty awesome that Microsoft, it's not only exclusive to PC, it's like now available on PlayStation and of course Xbox. It's available on the cloud. You can practically play this from your Amazon Fire TV stick with a subscription of Game Pass through Xbox app. And Nintendo Switch 2 version, based on what I have watched on that interview with a CEO of Asobo, oh, he's 100% confident that, yeah, he can't say it right now, but he's like 100% confident that, yeah. Don't be surprised if you see a Nintendo Switch 2 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It will happen. There's no question about that. When will happen? I don't know. Well, he said there's a lot of exciting news. It will be a fun year, he says, in 2026. Well, PlayStation VR 2 certainly will make it fun for PlayStation owners. Now, are we going to see Nintendo Switch 2? That might be part of that whole, it's going to be a fun year segment that he was talking about, the CEO of Asobo, on his latest interview. So I like the fact that this is available everywhere. So a lot of people can enjoy this. A lot of people can play this. That's the whole idea, you know. And if you really think about it, when the Microsoft Flight Simulator originally started, they first started on a PC, of course, personal computer. But then they moved across different platforms like Macintosh. And then after Macintosh, they moved on to Commodore 64. And from Commodore 64, they moved on to Amiga 500. So, yes, there was a time when Microsoft Flight Simulator was exclusive to PC, Windows, between, I guess, 98 all the way through 2004. But after that, after 2004, then they stopped. And now they came back years later, right? And so here we are. All right, so let's fly. I got my lights, got everything. The details pretty good. They really did a fantastic job on this Huey. So why did they include this Huey? This Huey is part of Stranger Things. Asobo and Microsoft, they teamed up with Netflix, a TV show, Stranger Things, and of course Stranger Things has Hueys as a helicopter, so obviously that's why we have Hueys here. And there's also a DLC mission which is free. You just need to download it, that you can play, which is part of the whole Stranger Things. What does the Stranger Things get out of it? Well, it's a good promotion for Netflix to get people to sign up for the Netflix, right? So when they do the mission for Stranger Things DLC, of course, they will probably want to, watch the TV show and subscribe. And the partnership between Microsoft, Xbox, and Netflix goes way, way, way back. When they first started, remember Xbox 360? Where did Netflix streaming first started? On the Xbox 360. So, Microsoft, Xbox, Xbox and Netflix, they go way back. They go back to like 2009. They go way, way, way back, like 2009, dude, when they officially started the whole, Netflix streaming on Xbox 360. It wasn't that many movies, but it was a pretty good amount of good quality movies that you could click and play and watch. It was the very first streaming movie app, and it was implemented with the Xbox Live. So if you purchased an Xbox Live, like, it would be included. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, you had to have a subscription with Netflix. As far as I remember, yeah, of course, you had to have a subscription with Netflix. And then it would be included with the Xbox 360. So the relationship between Netflix and Xbox goes way, way, way back. We're talking 2009. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take off. Ready. Oh, it's very smooth. This is very smooth, I have to say. Smooth as the butter.
344, continue for north departure.
We'll probably land on some of these mountains, just kind of walk around, check the scenery. This is still a great helicopter, man. You know? I know it's old, but it's still great. And this helicopter has proven itself, man. In any kind of situation, man, this helicopter has been used. The combat, the mountain areas, the jungle, the desert, you name it, man. They use this helicopter everywhere and anywhere. So it's a very reliable helicopter. And if you ever have a privilege to see one of these beauties, Hueys, you will be surprised how long and how large this Huey is. You know, seeing it in the movies, it doesn't do it justice. You know, seeing it on a television doesn't do it justice. You have to see it in person, just like to realize how long this thing is. It's very long. That's what she said, and
344, did you copy?
has a decent wide, you know, space on it, but it's very long. Yeah, I copy.
Aspen Tower, November 77344, frequency change.
Got it. With this latest update, I have to say, on my PC, this runs really smooth. Would really love to see how PlayStation 5 version is. But I'm more like interested to see how PS5 Pro version runs. You know, I would like to see some videos on YouTube. I have to do some research. I have to look into. I honestly have been busy with Metroid Prime 4 that I really didn't get a chance to really like deep dive into the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but I'll certainly check out some of the videos on YouTube regarding the PS5 Pro version and also the base PS5 just to see how it runs. I know there's some features I heard that PlayStation has, like you can hear the ATC voice coming from PlayStation 5 controller speaker, and there's also a gyroscope that you can use to control the craft as a yoke. So that's pretty amazing. The haptic feedback, they said it's really good, as it should be. But I think one of the main attractions it's going to be next year with PlayStation VR 2. I think, let's just be honest, that's going to be really what's important to me about the PlayStation 5 version. It's going to be the PlayStation VR 2. That's where the flight simulator, it's really going to shine. Alright, maybe we can land over here, just take a little break. Maybe we can land over here a little bit. Find a spot over here. I think there's a spot over there. See it? Can land safely, hopefully. Come on, Dylan. What's the matter? They got you pushing too many pencils over here. Oh. You got this. You got this. You got it. 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 See? Bada bing, bada boom. Tony left his room. That was great, huh? Come on. That was a great landing. I don't listen. I don't care what anybody says. The proof it's in this video, in this live stream. That was an excellent landing. That was buttery smooth. That was even Major Dutch. It's like, I can't believe. I never expected you to be able to land so perfectly, Dylan. Yeah, well, Arnold, you know, I've been improvising myself, you know. Bullshit. I want to see the muscles. Show me the muscles, you bastard. I think that's probably what Arnold will say to you. Why don't you take off your shirt? Let me see what you got under there. Let's go for a walk. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay? Just gonna make sure there's no Sasquatches, there's no werewolves, there's no witches, skinwalkers, all kinds of, you know, monsters out there in the woods. So I'll be right back. Just want to see. There's some kind of a trail over here, dude. Yeah, there is a trail. Look. Some kind of a trail, like a road. Wait, there's something over there. Hold on. I'll be right back. There's something over here I found. A broken tree, dude. Yo. I told you that Sasquatches are here. Only a Sasquatch could do something like this. To tear this tree apart like that. Only a Sasquatch would do something like this. Jesus, man. Maybe I should go back. Honestly, this is a nice camping site. I'm not going to lie. This is a really nice, good camping site here. You can set up a campfire. Very nice. You know, this is what I like about this game. And now, imagine once the PlayStation VR 2 version comes out. Next year, 2026. How awesome is that going to be, right? To be able to put on the PlayStation VR 2, invite your friends to join you, and you can sit here, start a party chat, you can talk to each other, right? Set up a little campfire, and just enjoy the nature, sit here, and just look how beautiful this is, man. Right? Sit here, enjoy, put on a VR headset, listen to some Spotify music, and while you're listening to Spotify music, you're talking to your friends on the party chat. That's a value right there. That's where the value comes in. So when I talk about what value I consider to be a great value, it's an experience that will benefit you a long term. Not an experience that you're just going to play for a little bit and then never touch it again, and it's just going to sit there, collect the dust, right? So that's how I measure the value when it comes to products and video games, right? What am I getting like in a long term with this product? So that's why I always say not every video game it's justified $70. Especially these older games, like for example, Red Dead Redemption. Yes, it's great. I'm talking about the original Red Dead Redemption, not the Red Dead Redemption 2. But it's an old game. It's an old game, all right? It's a very old game. It was released when? 2012? 2011? Or either 2011 or 2012 or something like. I think it was 2012. It's an old game, dude. So for an old game, you shouldn't be charging $50. You should charge $24.99. I know it's a Rockstar, I get it, but it's an old Rockstar game. And you're going to price it $50 on a Nintendo Switch 2. The game like that should be $24.99. Or very least $20. Like look at Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider understands. That's why they pricing it at $20. It's an old game, and Square Enix is like, it's a $20 game. We're not going to charge people $50 or $60 for something that's old. Not only did they price it at $20, but they also included the multiplayer. So I don't really agree on the pricing of these old games, and not even the new game should be priced at $70. What kind of game is this? Is it really worth $70? So that's how I measure the value of these games. What's the long-term benefit for me by paying $70 for this game? You know, that's just my perspective. This, I know this is worth it because I know I will be playing this for many, 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 many years to come. Same thing with Call of Duty. I know I will be playing Call of Duty for many, 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 many years to come. Certain games you don't know, like Hyrule Warriors, right? When you finish it, are you really going to go back? Because you already know what's going on. You already know what the story is all about. You already know what happens with each character, blah, blah, blah. Are you going to go back and play that, Hyrule Warriors? Maybe like 6 months from now, you play it again, then you'll never touch it again till like another 6 months or maybe 12 months. So, I don't know. My values are different than your values, guys. I don't think every game deserves $70 price tag. You know, that's just my opinion on that. Yes, there's games that deserve $70 price tag, and they're justified, you know, $70 price tag, but not every game, especially these old games. Are you kidding me? All right, let's go back to the chopper. Come on, Dylan. What you waiting for? Oh, this would be nice for a campfire right here, dude. It would be perfect for a campfire. Look at this. Not bad, huh? Excellent. All right. I don't see any Sasquatches. We're good to go. All right. Everybody ready? Everybody good? All right. Let's go. Man, it feels so good to be back playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is beautiful. Look at this, man. This is just beautiful. Beautiful. Imagine how beautiful this is going to be in VR, right? Once we get the VR version of this on PlayStation 5, how awesome this is going to be. Now, just for the record, I'm on a PC version, all right? So I just want to emphasize on that. For people who are watching this, I'm on a PC version, okay? I don't want you to get all super excited. Oh my God, is he on the PlayStation 5 version? No, PC version. So I can't really say much about the PlayStation version because I don't have the PlayStation version, so I can't really tell you. I have this new rule. I don't talk about the products I don't have. If I don't have the products, I refuse to talk about it. However, I will do some research and see what other people are saying, what their opinions are, what their experience is like, you know, so, you know. I have to say, this helicopter is so smooth. This is the best helicopter, period, dude. Highly detailed, super highly detailed, man. Detail, it's amazing. They really did a fantastic job on this Huey. There's no question about it. You know, every little tiny detail, man, is just amazing. Just look at that. The scratches and everything. You can see all the scratches in detail. Yeah, this is job well done. Job well done. Now you can live your, you know, 80s movies, fantasies, whether it's a Predator movie from 1987, whether it's you know, Missing in Action with Chuck Norris, or Delta Force, or you know, Apocalypse Now, or Forrest Gump. Yo, there's so many movies. Yo, Die Hard. You can actually relive the whole Die Hard experience. You know. Go to Fox Plaza. That's the Fox Plaza building. They call it Nakatomi building. You know, Nakatomi, the Japanese Nakatomi building. I think that's what it's called, Nakatomi Plaza. Die Hard movie, right? You can do the whole flyby, like from a Die Hard movie. You can go to Vietnam, go fly, you know, through jungle, above jungle, not through jungle, above jungle. You can go to central Mexico and fly over where the movie Predator was filmed. You can also fly over in Vietnam, you know, as well, if you want to. So you can, you know, relive your 80s movies fantasies. Or you can go to Vietnam and, you know, try to relive that whole Apocalypse Now experience, right? But these Hueys are pretty big. If you ever have a privilege to see one of those beauties in person, these Hueys are pretty long, and they're also wide as well. They have a nice wide room inside, but they're very long. You're going to be surprised how big they are. They're not as big as Black Hawk, but they're pretty big actually. Because in the movies they make him look kind of small, but you will be surprised when you see it in person. Like, whoa, this is really long. This is really big. That's what she said. So if you ever had a privilege, I don't know, maybe you will see one of those if you're privileged enough in person. If you do see it in person, you will realize, wow, I never, like, even my first impression when I first saw those Hueys, I was just like amazed how long they are, how big they are. Because I always imagined them being a little bit smaller. Because, in the movies, I don't know what it is. It's just they made them look smaller. I guess the way the camera is positioned, I don't know. But they're pretty big. This new update, it's really good. The graphics are pretty outstanding. But then again, keep in mind, I'm on a PC, I'm on a PC, so it is what it is. Let's follow the highway. Nice. Nicely detailed. I really love it. This is a very smooth handling. This helicopter, they really did a good job. I don't know who worked on this helicopter. I'm not sure. If you guys know, you can leave a comment down below. But whoever worked on this helicopter, they did a pretty outstanding job. Very smooth handling. Can't complain, really. Even the reflection of the light. Look at the detail inside, man. This is pretty amazing. This has to be the best helicopter handling performance I've ever seen on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Because the previous helicopters were not good, but this is like honestly the best that I have like experienced so far. I think this is our destination, right? So we're going to try to land over here and walk around the city a little bit, check it out. Is that a hospital? I think so. We're going to land over here on the other side because no, actually we can land over here. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Come on. You got this. Hey, not bad. That's 2 successful landings. And it's my first time, like, using this Huey helicopter, and that's 2 successful landings. You know what? I think I need to make this official. Honestly, I think I need to make this look official. I mean, not only do I look cool, but I'm also making 2 successful, cool landings. I mean, come on. It is what it is. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is. Don't be a hater now. It's alright. One day you'll be as cool as I am, and you'll be able to land this helicopter as cool as I can be. Alright. So what do you think, huh? Not bad. Yo, even the trucks look good. Look at the detail on this hospital. Even this hospital looks good. I'm really impressed with the detail that it's implemented now on the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I'm really impressed. I did not expect this. I really did not. Alright, let's open the door. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that's my final destination. You see? That's my final destination. We started on Aspen, and from Aspen, where was the Aspen? Anyway, I can't remember the name of the town. But anyway, we made it successfully. I know I started from Aspen, but I can't remember where did I land. Trying to remember now. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I can't remember the name of the town, but point being is the helicopter runs really smooth, like a well-oiled machine. I even landed on top of one of the mountains. We were walking around the forest. We took off, and then we landed on next to that hospital on that small town, which I can't remember the name of the small town. It's a very small town. It's north of Aspen. All right. So let's go somewhere else. Where else can we go? Let me see. I think I already been here. This is Colorado. Colorado is pretty good to fly. I guess we could start from here. Middle Park Medical Center. Set as departure, and then we can work our way. I'm sorry if I can't remember some of these small towns because I'm not familiar with, you know, Colorado. I mean, I don't live in Colorado, so, you know, all I know from Colorado is Denver, Aspen, and Colorado Springs, you know. But I know there's so many small towns in around, you know, Rocky Mountains area. So forgive me if I can't remember the names of these small towns. Let's go land over here. This is cool, right here. You can land right next to, like right here. Right here. Set as arrival. There you go. Start a flight. I'm ready to fly. And this is at night. Oh my lord. This is at night. Couldn't have picked a perfect time to fly.
Kilo Sierra 6 Mike 2 traffic. November 7, 7344 is clear of the runway. Kilo Sierra 6 Mike 2.
All right, looks like we're clear for the runway. All right. Okay. We got a new guy. Oh, that's funny. We have a new dude now. I like how they change randomly different avatars to be riding with you. That's kind of cool. All right, you guys ready? Look at the detail on that house, man. And the trees, you know, I got to tell you, man, this is really looking much better. I know it took 1 year, and I told you it will take a 1 year for Asobo to really polish this Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. But I'm telling you, man, the way things are going right now with the Asobo, it will only get better and better with each update. All right, here we go. This reminds me of the scene from the Predator movie. You don't know how much I miss this Dutch. Bullshit. You were never that smart, Dylan. All right, let's go to the mountains. One thing I can tell you about this Huey, it's such a smooth experience to control it. And I think you guys will notice that right away. By the way, this is included. You don't have to pay for this. Thank God. You don't have to pay for this. So this is included. You just need to update your Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and you will have this Huey included. So I have to tell you, this is really good. And I'm using a controller. I'm not even using like a flight stick. I need to try this with a flight stick. I'm pretty sure with a flight stick, this will be even more enjoyable. What do I mean by it's a smooth experience? What I mean by it's a smooth experience, I mean that it's not sensitive. Unlike those other helicopters. You know, those other helicopters are so sensitive. You just touch it a little bit, it's like it goes crazy. Starts spinning, spinning, spinning. This is really calibrated and balanced really well, and I'm happy to report I think you guys will enjoy this. There's no question about it. Is this included on the PlayStation 5 version? Yes. In case you guys are wondering. Now, I don't have a PS5 version, but I do know that it's included on the PS5 version. Let's go follow the road. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Just so you can see how smooth it is. Really nice. I don't see any like textures popping in and out. Everything gets smooth as a butter. Great job, Asobo. Great job. And just in time for PlayStation 5 owners. Now, imagine how awesome this is going to be with the PlayStation VR 2. I just want you to picture this when you put on the VR headset, how amazing this experience is going to be. And I think that's what the Asobo was emphasizing on his latest interview. The CEO, I forgot his name, the guy with a German accent, I keep forgetting his name. He's the CEO of Asobo. And he said he's like super excited with the PlayStation VR 2, and he can't wait for you guys to finally get your hands on PlayStation VR 2 next year. When in 2026, he didn't say, but I can't wait either. But the fact that he's super excited about it, because right now he's in the process of testing it, and he's very, very pleased, that's great. That's really going to add a huge value to PlayStation 5. But it's also going to add a huge value to PlayStation VR 2. I'm so glad that I didn't get rid of my PlayStation VR 2. People ask me, how come I never sold my PlayStation VR 2? I think there's a one man that knows that answer. It's my friend Shuki. And Shuki will tell you it's because of Gran Turismo. Just Gran Turismo alone was more than enough for me to keep my PlayStation VR 2. Yes, the Gran Turismo 7 alone was more than enough for me not to sell my PlayStation VR 2. So I kept my PlayStation VR 2, and my God, am I glad that I didn't sell it, that I kept it. So and remember, playing this in VR, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different experience, especially when you're playing it on a really good VR experience. PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to invite your friends via party chat. They'll be able to join you through party chat, and then you guys will be able to communicate and get together and stay information and say, hey, let's go on top of that mountain and let's set up a campfire, let's listen to some Spotify, and let's just talk, have a conversation. You can technically do a podcast like this. Pick where you want to go, land, start a little campfire, listen to a little bit of Spotify, and then have a conversation with your friends. You know, just have a good time. It's like a campfire stories, you know. That to me adds a huge value just for that fact alone. I'm just giving you one little example scenario, right? You don't have to invite any friends. You don't have to get together or anything like that. That's optional. But the fact that you have those options, that you can actually do that you can hang out with your friends, and that you can just pick and choose a location and land anywhere you want to land, and start a party chat through Discord or through PlayStation Party Chat. That is amazing. While you're wearing the PlayStation VR 2 headset. That is pretty amazing. So just that fact alone, just that one scenario alone, adds a huge value to PlayStation VR 2. The fact that you can travel the entire planet with your PlayStation VR 2 headset, it's more than enough reason why you should purchase one. You should definitely purchase PlayStation VR 2 if you haven't already done so. Especially now during the Christmas holiday season. You should see if they have it on sale or if they have it used. Maybe you can find the used, version of PSVR 2, as long as it works, right? Especially if you never tried VR. Oh my God. See, for me, I've been using VR for a long time. So for me, VR, it's nothing new, honestly, because I'm so used to it by now, you know, after so many, 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 many years. But for those of you who have never tried it, oh my goodness. Oh. You will be on a honeymoon. I'm telling you right now. You are going to be on a honeymoon with that PlayStation VR 2. All right, let's go back to Los Angeles, Nakatomi Plaza, right? Let's relive the Die Hard experience, John McClane Die Hard experience. All right, so let's fly over to LA, which would be down here. Alright, so where's hold on. Santa Monica, yeah, that's where it's at. I know it's on the Santa Monica Boulevard. I'm pretty sure, man. It's on Santa Monica Boulevard. Let me see. I know it's here somewhere. I'll find it. I know it's here. Let's see. No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know. It's got to be here. Like here. Okay, let's start from here. I know it's around here somewhere. I just can't remember. Or is it maybe further north? It's got to be around here. Has to be. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, that's not it. Can't remember, man. Anyway, we'll find it. I know it's around here somewhere. We'll just, you know, look around. I know it's in here somewhere. I know that it's in here somewhere. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is the Fox Plaza. Right here. Yeah, this is it. Yep, that's it. I got it. All right. It's a Fox Plaza, but it's in a movie, it's fictional Nakatomi Plaza. And why is this so significant? Because they use the Hueys in the movie, in a Die Hard movie. And it's a Christmas movie. Die Hard, it's a Christmas movie. Don't forget that.
Charlie, Lima 7 traffic. November 7, 7344 is clear of the runway. Tree Charlie, Lima 7.
All right, we're good to go. This is going to be fun. I knew that it was east of Santa Monica Boulevard. There it is. I can even see it from here. Yep. 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 There it is. And there are those two towers. Remember those two towers right there? When they were passing, let's go pass through those two towers. Hold on. In between those two towers, let's pass. Just like in the movie. Hold on. Interestingly, both movies, Die Hard and Predator, have Hueys. John McTiernan, he loves Hueys, so that's why we see Hueys on his movies. So let's pass through those two towers, these two buildings. Just like in a movie. Come on, we'll make a turn. We are recreating the cinema history of Die Hard. Can I make it? I don't know, man. It's too risky. And there's Nakatomi Plaza right there. John McClane. Yo, this is hilarious. There it is. There's that circle, remember, in the lobby? Next to the lobby. There's the garage, parking garage right there. Obviously, the helicopter scene was filmed during the night, so obviously we're not doing this at night. Hold on, let me see. Let's try and land, huh? On top of Nakatomi Plaza, huh? See if we can do that. Not going to be easy. Come on. Nakatomi Plaza, here we come. You see, it's right on the Santa Monica Boulevard. You can't miss it. It's just east of Santa Monica Boulevard. John McClane. Come on. Come on, come on. There you go. There you go. It's got to be smooth. We got to make this smooth. We're not gonna do this half baked. All right. Not bad, you know. It's still good. I think it's still good. You got a nice view from, you know, Pacific Ocean, Santa Monica Boulevard, going to Santa Monica Beach. You know, that Santa Monica Pier. Have you guys ever been to LA? Well, then you know. Where's John McClane? John McClane, where are you? Yo, this is so funny that we're reliving the Die Hard experience. You know, we can also use free cam. Where's the hold on. There it is. That's Nakatomi Plaza right there from Die Hard. Here, give you a little better perspective. Just like in the movie with the sunset. And it's in December during a holiday season. It's not officially Christmas, but it's in, you know, it's in December. And this really reminds me, you know, obviously we have to address the what's going on with Bruce Willis, you know. I feel so sorry for him, you know, because it really sucks, man. You know, having a dementia, man, it's not fun. It's not a fun ride. You know, luckily he's got a good support. You know, his children and his grandchildren and his ex-wife Demi, you know, they're very supportive of him, and but it really sucks, man. You know, I really feel sorry to hear what Bruce is going through, you know. He's such a great actor, man. You look at Bruce Willis in the movies, such an iconic actor with all the movies he's been in. Are you kidding me? Like, Hollywood would not be a Hollywood if it wasn't for Bruce Willis. I'm just saying. And yes, Die Hard, it's a Christmas movie. Okay, that's a fact. It's not out for the debate, all right? I don't want to hear it. Okay? It's not out for the debate. Die Hard, it's a Christmas movie, and that's all there is to it. It'll always be a Christmas movie. Yeah, we picked the perfect timing. The movie scene was filmed in the evening. Remember when he goes to see his wife, the party, right? They're having a party on the top floor, and he goes to her office, and they're talking, and you know, and she introduced him to, you know, all the employees, and etc., etc. And of course, this is the circle right here. Right? And this is where, you know, the garage is. This is the garage right here. There's the garage, rim of the limo. Uh, the guy with the limo, right? Like he didn't even hear anything because he was listening to his music. He was in his limo listening to the music. And then finally he realized, oh shit. And there's those two towers right there. Yeah. And this is what I like about the Microsoft Flight Simulator, that you can check out all of these locations of the events that have happened in the past, in the history, film locations, famous movie, Hollywood film locations. You can go find them on the map, and it's really cool. You can also relive the Predator movie. We can go to Mexico, right? Like, you know, this is what I like about this. You know, I did a video yesterday. I did it for my friend Jose. I did a little bit of Arnold impersonation. You know, like let's go to central Mexico, where they filmed Predator, the jungle in Predator, which would be down here, way down here. Remember, when you think of Mexico, don't think of Mexico as desert, just desert. Yes, this area over here, it's desert. Yes, this area here is desert. But when you go down here, now you're going into jungle, central part of Mexico. This is where the Mayans are, where the Mayans built the pyramids and all. Well, supposedly they built the pyramids. They might have some help from aliens. So this is central Mexico, right? And this is the northern part of Mexico where it's desert, right? There's a Baja there, right here. Well, come down to the Baja. Why don't you tell me? Come down to the Baja. Baja. Speaking of Jesse Ventura, he was in Predator. So where was Predator filmed? I think it was filmed on the coast of, well, it's this right here. Acapulco, I think. That's what it was. It was in Acapulco. Yeah, it was right here, dude. It was right here. Because you can see there's a lot of jungle here. You know, Acapulco. I think it was right here. Acapulco. There's a lot of jungle here, you know. And I think it was right in this area here, jungle, you know. Which makes total sense. So we're going to start from here. Okay. We're just gonna start from the jungle right here, like right here, right up here. Okay, we're gonna follow the trail of this jungle, like right up here. Hold on. Departure and then bullshit. You were never that smart, Dylan. And we'll just go through the jungle way up here, like to the road over here, right? It'll be interesting. Start a fight. So this is what I like about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, that you can do this. And you can relive those movie experiences, right? And remember, they were flying during the night. It was during the night. Oh no, I crashed. It's okay. We're good. We're good. I told you, Dylan. You were never that smart. You know what we need to do? Hold on. Guys, we have to adjust the time, because, you know, I want you to see the jungle. You know what I mean? You need to see the jungle. There we go. Got to get a little bit closer. So why us? Why not use the regular army? Because some damn fool said you're the best. Dylan! You son of a bitch. There we go. They were flying very low, remember? Like in a movie. They were flying very, very low. Billy, Pancho, spread 5 meters, no sound. I don't know, Major. Whatever's out there, it ain't no man. This is so cool. We are recreating the Predator. Now we just need the ropes. We just need the ropes, like in a movie. Hold on, there's something else missing. Wait. Wait, we have to open the... This is getting better by the minute. Hold on, we need to open a... Hold on. Open the door. You don't know how much I miss this, Dutch. Bullshit. You were never that smart, Dylan. It's hilarious. We gotta drop down a little bit. We have to drop the altitude because remember, in a movie they were very, very low. They're very, very close to the jungle. That's right, Dylan. So what happened to the Hoppersmen? I don't believe the Hoppersmen ran into an ambush. Got to go deeper into the jungle. I think I've seen Predator as equal amount of times as I have seen Terminator 2. Now, speaking of Terminator 2, there is a Terminator 2 video game coming out. And I really thought about buying it. I really thought of on Nintendo Switch 2. I think it should be coming out sometime this week. I don't know. It's based on a movie. It's a 2D platformer in a style of a Commodore 64 with a little bit better graphics, but it's still 8-bit, but slightly a little bit polished, a little bit slightly better polished. So I certainly want to play that, the Terminator 2 game. We need a proper Predator game. Can I be honest, man? The Hunting Grounds was okay. We need a proper Predator movie, like, sequel. They should hire Arnold. He can do the voiceover. You know. And he could be, of course, in the game. They can scan his face, his, you know, movements. He can do some motion capture here and there. They can hire Jesse. Well, Jesse Ventura died, so... I mean, not Jesse Ventura himself died, but his character died. Jesse Ventura's character died in a movie. Of course, Jesse Ventura is still alive. I meant to say his character died in the movie. Remember? I ain't got no time to bleed. I think he was wearing an MTV shirt. People say they didn't like the fact that he died so early on in the movie, but listen, how long do you listen? I think everything is perfect in Predator. The death of, you know, his character, Jesse Ventura's character in a movie, I think it was justified properly, because the pacing of a movie in 2 hours needs to be perfectly aligned. And I think everything in that movie, dude, like all the characters and how they die and when they die, I think everything was constructed perfectly. I think that's why the original Predator is one of the best action movies ever, dude. Everything was constructed perfectly, and the one-liners, you know, the jokes from Jesse Ventura. The jokes from Jesse Ventura in a helicopter, I can't even say it on here, because the jokes that Jesse Ventura character was saying in that movie, obviously I can't say it on here. You know, it's not acceptable in 2025. How old is Jesse Ventura? Speaking of Jesse Ventura, how old is he, dude? My men were on that chopper. Ugh. Bullshit. Your men were not dead. They were skinned alive. What happened to you, Dylan? You used to be somebody I could trust. I woke up. Why don't you? Bullshit. My men are not expendable. They wouldn't do this kind of work. I think a bunch of Vietnam movies were filmed in central Mexico as well. Because it's, you know, it was cheaper to fly from LA to central Mexico than to actually go to Cambodia or to go to, you know, the actual locations in Vietnam. So actually you couldn't go. You see, here's something people don't know. None of those movies were allowed to be filmed on real location in Vietnam, obviously. So the closest that they ever got to Cambodia and Vietnam was Oliver Stone said when he was filming Platoon was in the Philippines Islands. A lot of these, you know, movies, these Vietnam movies were filmed either in central Mexico or Philippine Islands. For that, you know, for that reason, because of the, you know, the jungle and everything. But I think pretty good amount of those Vietnam movies were filmed in Philippines, because it just, you know, has the whole look and style of you know, plus it's on the Pacific, you know, and it's not like super far from actual Cambodia and Vietnam. But some movies were filmed in central Mexico. And Predator was one of them. I ain't got no time to die. Do you got time to live? Jesse Ventura, man. Uh-oh, uh-oh. How old is Jesse Ventura? He's got to be like in his late 70s. I don't know. He has to be, bro. This is so cool. Imagine how cool this is going to be on a PlayStation VR 2. And there's that river. Yo, there's that river. There's that river. So cool. Oh! Did we get hit by a predator? I think we got hit by a predator. You know, that location has turned into a tourist attraction down in central Mexico because of the, you know, the iconic movie. So people go there actually to see that waterfall, to see that lake where I put in the mud. I had to go swim out of the lake and put in the mud. They even have the Huey, one of the Hueys, where the Hoppers men were hanging upside down, skinned alive. You know. And also have that one area where Arnold was fighting the Predator. It's like a tourist attraction. People go there because they love the movie so much. This is so cool. Look at this, huh? Such an iconic helicopter. Especially in the movies. And they're still using it. Like in Stranger Things. You know, the reason that this Huey it's available is because of Stranger Things. Netflix TV show. But this helicopter, I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I can tell you right now, you are going to love this helicopter. It's really smooth. And what a perfect timing for all of you who are on the PlayStation. You will be able to enjoy this. I'm kind of jealous of PlayStation owners because us Xbox owners, we got the crappy version of this game when it was released last year in November. We had like the worst possible version because remember, it was not working. There was all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems. Bunch of airplanes were not available. You guys are getting the best version of this game. And not only that, you're also getting a PlayStation VR 2 update in 2026. So, you know, it's good to be a PlayStation 5 owner, huh? Especially if you have a PS5 Pro. I'm still waiting for Digital Foundry to do a proper analysis of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 PS5 Pro version versus the base PS5. So I'm kind of waiting for that analysis from Digital Foundry. I have not yet seen the video. They haven't made it yet. Not sure when they're going to make it. I'm sure there's going to be a video by the end of this month. I'm pretty sure. But so far they haven't released that video. And that's the video that I'm interested in. I want to see comparison between the PS5 version and how they're using the PSSSR, the PISR technology, which is like deep learning supersampling, equal to deep learning supersampling. And I want to see what sort of advantages are they using with the PS5 Pro version versus the base PS5 version. So looking forward to that video to look at the analysis. I'm sure Digital Foundry is working on that video probably as we speak, man. I guarantee you they're working on that video. And I guarantee you will see that video most likely by the end of this month, before the end of this year. Look how beautiful this is, man. It's like making a movie. It's like making a movie, dude. Look at this. How cool that is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Dylan! All right, get the ropes. Get the ropes, Dylan. It's so much fun flying these Hueys. Hey, we can land right here. There we go. Right here, right here. Buttery smooth landing. Buttery smooth. Yo, look, there's like animals or something. What is that? Like, yeah, dude, what is that? Yo, like some... Are those bulls? Yeah, they're bulls, bro. Wow. Wow. That is so cool. Look at the lighting. That looks amazing. The attention to detail, it's really amazing. This is so cool. I'm so glad that you guys on the PlayStation 5 will be able to enjoy this, have fun with this. This is where Jesse Ventura was sitting, right here. Remember what he says. He says, just like me. What did he call himself? Sexual Tyrannosaur Rex. Or something like that. I think he spit on like Dylan's boots, and played by, may he rest in peace, late great Carl Weathers. And Carl's character Dylan says, it goes like this: that's a really nasty habit you've got. And then Jesse Ventura would just chewing on his tobacco. I've seen this movie, like, yo, I don't have, look, I could go without ever seeing Predator. Predators, I could play the entire movie in my head. I'm serious. I've seen that movie so many times, I could literally play the entire movie in my head. Same thing with the Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I've seen those two movies so many times, I could literally play it in my head, like no problem. What was the Jesse Ventura? I know Jesse Ventura's character died, of course. He was killed by Predator. Okay. But what was his character's name? See, that's the one thing I keep forgetting. I can't remember. I just call him Jesse Ventura, because to me, Jesse Ventura is Jesse Ventura in every movie. Like, that's why I never, even in The Running Man, when he was doing those commercials, you know, training and this and that, to me, that's Jesse Ventura, the wrestler, buddy to Jesse Ventura. To me, he was always buddy to Jesse Ventura. I was a Navy SEAL. You know? Why don't you tell me? Well, you know, you tell me. So I always like remember him as Jesse Ventura. Like, I never remember any of his characters' names. But he only was in 2 movies, let's be fair. I know in the WWF, World Wrestling Federation, in the 80s, he was the buddy to Jesse Ventura. But in The Predator and The Running Man, I never remember his character's name. You know, he died in both movies, didn't he? I mean, in both movies, it was Arnold, right? Both of these movies were Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Hold on. My camera's running out of focus. Maybe you need to fix your camera. Hold on. There we go. Must have been Predator. Oh, the focus. Here we go. Like, I only remember him as a Jesse Ventura. That's why I can't remember his character. I have to look that up. What was the name of the characters that he played in both Predator and The Running Man? And I know his characters died in both movies. And both movies, it was the Arnold movie. Like The Running Man and The Predator was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Both movies were successful. And then this new remake, what kind of garbage? Yo. Hollywood, please, stop remaking the classics. What are you doing? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing and it's pathetic. It's embarrassing and pathetic. Pathetic. Stop remaking these classics for the love of God. For the love of God, just stop. Leave these classics alone. They're classics for a reason. They cannot be touched. They're classics. Listen, Hollywood. Stop remaking these classics. They're classics for a reason. Leave those movies alone. If the Gen Z wants to learn about The Running Man, let them watch the classic. They should be watching the classic Running Man, not this new garbage. You know? That's what they should do. This Gen Z needs to watch the original. The original Running Man. Not this new garbage. Alright, so let's land over here somewhere. Let's find a place to land. There a place to land here, huh? In the jungle. In the jungle. Dylan! We crashed. This is not where I wanted to land. No. This is embarrassing. I did not want to land there. We need to land over here. Here we go. Come on. All right, that's better. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Just a short, little fun live stream. I know it's a short live stream, but it's fun, entertaining 2 hours that I'm sure you guys have enjoyed and will enjoy when you watch this. When it's uploaded on demand. I think it right away, right? As soon as I finish the live stream, it's available. You guys will be able to watch it if you missed it. I don't know what's going on with the chat. I don't think any of my members were here. People ask me, why don't I go to the public chat? Because there's nothing good on the public chat. It's a bunch of haters, bunch of butthurt individuals, bunch of, losers, bunch of, crybabies. I'm not interested in that, man. I'm not. That doesn't impress me. It's annoying, So I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in people who truly give a shit about what I'm doing here. People who truly care. And if you care, you will be here. And if you don't care, then you will never be here. It's really that simple. But I don't want to open the door to public chat to let all kinds of douchebags, losers, crybabies coming in here, bitching and moaning, Hey, if you don't like me, don't watch me. It's really that simple, dude. I don't care. I think I made it like very abundantly clear to a lot of people. I'm not here seeking approval. If you like what I do, stick around, become a member. If not, dude, there's plenty of other YouTubers you could watch, So I'm not interested in phony people. I'm not interested in fake phony crap. I'm allergic to that crap. I'm interested in people who really appreciate what I'm doing here. And I know who these individuals are who appreciate what I do. Okay? And those are the ones that I stay connected with. Those are the ones that I actually give my time of my attention to them. I'm not going to waste my time, give my attention to people who don't deserve me. You're not going to get that. Not from me. So that's the way I run my channel, guys. That's the way I am in real life as well. I don't seek approval, nor do I need someone to be around me to pamper me, to tell me how great I am. No. I do what I do, and that's it. Those of you who like what I do, stick around for the ride. Those who don't, hey, that's fine too. But I'm not like seeking approval of anything. I like to share what I'm playing, what games I'm playing. I like to share what I'm interested in, what type of products I'm using, and that's about it. Then I give you my opinions on it. But some people are butthurt that, God forbid, someone like me even has an opinion, right? So they get all butthurt, right? Think about that. Grown-ass people. These are married, grown-ass people who have family and kids and a wife. And they spend majority of their time focused on me. Imagine that. They're more focused on me and typing me a bunch of stupid nonsense because they didn't like the fact that I had an opinion on the Metroid Prime 4. No. Before I go, I just want you to think about that. So you understand what I'm dealing with, okay? And there's a reason why I'm not on a public chat. Just think about that for a second. Use common sense and think about that, all right? The fact that there's grown-ass people, somehow they got married, they found a female, and they're able to reproduce, and they have family and kids. And these are grown-ass people, right? Grown-ass people. These are not teenagers. These are not some kids. These are not some college, assholes. This is grown-ass people in their 40s, in their late 30s, married, focusing on me, typing me a bunch of stupid nonsense because I happen to have an opinion on a Metroid Prime 4. Just think about that. So that's the kind of stupidity I'm dealing with, and I don't want to give those I don't even know what to call those individuals. I really don't know. Those creatures, I don't want to give those creatures an opportunity to come in and type some more stupidity that I'm not interested in, nor do I care. But I find it very humbling, and I'm honestly honored and humbled that these individuals actually are so obsessed with me. I'm pretty sure there's a poster of me somewhere out there in their bathroom. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I can't control that. That they're so obsessed with me that they're focused more on me than their own family and their own wife and kids. Think about that. Like, what a loser do you have to be, man? What a pathetic losers do you have to be, honestly, that you're focused more on me than to be focused on your family and kids. And these individuals, man, there's truly something wrong with them. That they write me these Shakespearean letters telling me how I'm wrong, my opinion doesn't matter, and they just keep on writing these letters as if I care. I really don't care, but it really makes you wonder about these individuals. Like, what happened to them? Was it a COVID? Maybe something with a COVID. Maybe pandemic did something to these individuals. But it's not the pandemic. Let's just talk about this briefly before I leave. Because what I'm about to say right now, it's gonna make you realize, how did we get here? And it's not just me that this is happening. It's not just me that people are, harassing me. These individuals harass everyone because they're such, weird individuals. Something's going on with them, with their heads, their mental health problems they have. But where did this happen? Where did this originated from? And I'll tell you where this all originated from. Had nothing to do with the COVID, right? Where this originated from was the internet. It all started at the late 90s, right? The dial-up, right? Netscape, AOL, America Online, right? You Got Mail. And then in early 2000, the dial-up and the internet started advancing a little bit more, right? So it started from the internet. The internet started opening the doors to this kind of nonsense. That's because internet is a tool that connects people. And everybody's connected, right? The entire world is connected. Everybody's connected globally. And everybody can be anonymous globally from thousands of miles away, somewhere safe, to say what they couldn't normally say in person to you, right? These individuals are doing this because they can do it to you in person, because they know if they say it to you in person, there's consequences, all right? But it's easier for them to do it hiding behind the fake profiles, making fake emails, right? It's easier for them to do it that way. So this all started with internet. Internet started a whole movement of social media like MySpace, and then MySpace. You got Facebook, and then Instagram, and then so on and so forth, TikTok, etc., YouTube, right? This all started from the internet. Internet started this whole thing. Sure, COVID, made more people realize they can work from home. I think the one thing that COVID did made people more lazy. They were like, well, if I can make money just from home, why should I work at the retail? Why should I work somewhere else if I can just make my revenue, make my money doing TikTok? I think that's what COVID did. COVID made people realize that they can make money from the internet, sitting at home, turn on the camera, right, and start making ad revenue. So that's what COVID did. COVID made people realize that they can make a lot of money working from home. If they do stupid shit, if they talk about stupid nonsense, make stupid videos, short little TikTok stupid videos, they can make a lot of money, get the sponsors, etc., etc., etc. So that's what COVID did. But internet really started this whole thing. And this is why people are the way they are, because of the internet, because of social media. And that's what I have realized. Because I've been thinking about this, like, why are people being such pricks on internet? In real life, they're not pricks. I'm a big guy. No one's gonna approach me and say some shit to me in my face, because it never happened in my 47 years. And I've been in all kinds of places. Okay, I've been in the worst of the worst places, and you name it. No one ever came to me like and say something to me in my face. Never happened. But why is this happening on the internet? It's happening on the internet because it's a safe space for them to do so. It's a place for them where they can do it. So they choose to do it on the internet because, well, no accountability. I can hide behind the fake emails, right? So they like to do it. And so that's the issue and the problem that a lot of people are realizing now. So how do you deal with this? Well, very simple. Ignore. Use the tools that you have. That's why I'm using these tools. That's why I'm on a member chat and I'm not on a public chat. If a troll wants to say something to me, well, they will have to pay. They will have to pay $2 to say something to me. And that's the only way they'll be able to do it. So if they feel this urge to troll me, well, it's going to cost you money. Yeah, you can troll, but it's going to cost you money. So what you can do is you use the tools that you have available, and that's what I'm doing. I'm using the tools that are available to me to protect myself from stupidity and stupid nonsense. So that's why you have those tools. That's why the YouTube gives you these tools. But this all started from the internet, and that's why people are the way they are. That's why they act the way they act on the internet, because they can do it on the internet. They're not going to do it in real life, because in real life they know in person that there's consequences for that stupidity. So they would rather do it where it's safe, where they can just be at their safe distance and just type away a bunch of stupid nonsense. So what do you got to do? You got to ignore that. Number one, you have to ignore that. Number two, use the tools that you have available for you to protect yourself from stupidity. And don't engage with these clowns, because that's what they want. They want the hook, line, and sinker to get you, right? Oh, I got him. I got under his skin. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I got you. I figured this out a long time ago. Look, I have been doing this for 12 years. YouTube, I know how to do YouTube. I know how to make money on YouTube. I know how to entertain people. I know how to make these videos. I know how to live stream. Okay? I know how to do all of this stuff. Even in the Meta Horizon world, I was a big celebrity as John Wick Returns. And if you don't believe me, just go ask for my name. Just go ask around. And you'll see what people will say. And I'm not saying this to brag about myself. I have a certain talent to entertain. I have a certain talent that I can do certain things, voices, entertainment. But I also have my own opinions, opinions about the video games. However, people on the internet, they don't want you to have the opinion because they don't like that. Well, my advice, before I go, my advice to you guys who have this idea that nobody else's opinion should matter, maybe you should get off the internet. Maybe you should disconnect from the web. Maybe you should disconnect from the internet. Maybe you shouldn't be on the social media. Maybe you shouldn't be on the internet to begin with. Because that's exactly what you're going to hear. You're going to hear not just my opinions, but 8.4 billion other people's different opinions. And that's the way it's always going to be. Welcome to the internet, okay? And if you haven't figured that out, well, you're not that clever, But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Tell you what I think about this and why things are the way they are. I think I'm pretty accurate about this. It all started with the internet. Remember, it's like a little seed. You plant that little seed and it starts growing and growing and growing, and it grows really big, like a life of tree in a Avatar movie. Same thing with the AI, artificial intelligence. You know, you plant a little AI seed, right? And it just starts growing little by little, little by little. And then finally it grows into this giant, this huge giant, you know, this artificial intelligence, right? This huge artificial intelligence tree. Yes, artificial intelligence will evolve. There's really nothing you can do about it. You just have to accept it. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. Same thing with the internet. Were you able to stop the evolution of the internet? Were you able to stop the evolution of the social media? No. It keeps evolving. That's just the nature of evolution. You just have to accept that. That's the way it's going to be. You know. Anyway, I wish I could stay here and talk to you guys more, but unfortunately I have to get going. This is a PC version. It's not a PlayStation 5 version. I don't have the PlayStation 5 version. So I can't really tell you how the PlayStation 5 version is, but I'm pretty sure it's... I assume that it's identical. But then again, I don't want to talk about the products that I don't have. I have a new rule now, especially with the Metroid Prime 4. I have this new rule because now I'm enjoying Metroid Prime 4. I really do. So I have this new rule, especially with the Metroid. Actually, Metroid Prime 4, thanks to KJ NBA25, because he has awakened something in me to realize that I shouldn't be talking about the products that I don't have. And I shouldn't just judge a video based on a video, right? I should try it for myself. So I will never talk about the video game unless I try it. I don't care how reviews are split 50-50, good or bad. It doesn't matter. I will never talk about the video game or any product unless I try it. Now, if I try it, I have every right to talk about it and have my own opinions on it. So I will not talk about the product unless I try it. So that's my new rule of thumb, you know, which I think it's fair. I think everybody here can agree on that. I think that's fair, right? Don't talk about the product unless you try it. Don't talk about the video game unless you actually try it, spend some time with the game, and you have plenty of hours in it, right? Then you can give us a better feedback and better constructive opinion on the good and the bad, what you like, what you dislike, you know, what you found interesting, etc., etc. So that's what I really want to do from now on. And thanks to KJ NBA, because I enjoy Metroid Prime 4. I know. Look at me. I was trashing Metroid Prime 4. Okay, I was trashing it a few days ago, right? It was like a few days ago. Because I saw a video. I was watching somebody else live stream. And based on that stream, I was making my decisions whether or not the game is good or bad. And once I started playing the game, and once I understood the basic concept of the Metroid and what that basic concept is, that makes Metroid all of these years, 40 years, right? How long this franchise has been around. I understand what the Metroid is all about. And now I'm a big fan of Metroid. I want to finish Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And once I finish Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, I want to move into Metroid Prime 1 Remastered. People ask me, why don't I live stream Metroid Prime 4 Beyond? The thing is, if I'm streaming Metroid Prime 4, then I won't be able to focus on the chat. It will be a very boring live stream because Metroid games, they require a lot of focus, a lot of thinking, so you can figure out how do you fight this boss, what kind of boss is this, how do I fight him, etc., etc. I need to figure out trial and error, how to defeat him, figure out different routes, how to escape from the dungeons that you're stuck in or facilities that you're stuck in by using either a morph ball or scanning the area, and you do a lot of scanning. So the game requires that you think a lot and you have to be focused. So that's why I refuse to stream it. But I will have some more videos on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Okay? All right, well, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, live stream, on demand, however you want to call it. You know, it will be on demand after this is finished. I'm wrapping up this live stream. I don't know what's going on with the chat. I don't see any of my members. That's probably why. Because they probably don't even know that I was streaming. You know, they're probably busy. You know, it's a holiday season. It's Christmas. I get it. Plus, I didn't make any announcements that I was going to live stream, so I totally understand. But you can always watch this on demand. You can watch this on demand, and you can watch me right after this is finished. You can go and watch the whole thing from the beginning. All right. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays, and I will see you on the next video.